Sean Smith will tell us about her artwork. I'm Sarah Caldwell. All this and more on this edition of 11 TV Hill. World-class dancers, magnificent costumes, and animated backdrops take audiences on a journey through 5,000 years of Chinese culture. Joining us is Dong Xiang, local presenter of Shen Yun. We want to welcome you. Thank you so much for being with us.
Well, thank you, Sarah, for having me.
Yeah, so for those who haven't had the pleasure of enjoying this performance, tell us about Shen Yun.
Well, let me explain what Shen Yun is.
Okay.
Well, Shen Yun is an elegant Chinese name, and it can be translated as the beauty of heavenly being dancing. Shen means divine or divine being, and Yun refers to the bearing or the meaning behind his or her movement. So together, the name expresses what Shen Yun aspires to achieve, an experience so beautiful and joyous. It evokes the sense of the heavens. That is what audience will experience.
Well, and I was listening to some of the reviews of people who saw it, and they equated it to a painting kind of coming to life. Would you say that's the case?
Because Shen Yun is featured by the animated backdrop. It looks like you're watching a big flat TV screen, and there was dancers perform live in front of it. And the animation, the music, and the choreographies are all synchronized perfectly. And it literally transports you to another world.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. That's why the audience have that kind of feedback.
Audiences are really in for a treat with this one. Tell us about how the ideas came together for the show, and what story you're going to be being told as an audience member.
Well, let me tell you this. For thousands of years, China has been known as the divine land. Its rich culture said to be from the heavens, valued virtues such as integrity, compassion, tolerance, so on and so forth. But unfortunately, in the last 60 years under communist rule, this magnificent civilization has been almost destroyed. And that's why today, a show like this cannot be seen in China today. In 2006, leading Chinese artists, they came together in New York from around the world with a mission to revive this magnificent civilization, and they formed Shen Yun. And today they invite you to witness the divine culture's return.
Oh, wow, that's really remarkable. And just to see some of the colors, the costumes, and hear the music, I mean, it's really an incredible experience, and audience members are all echoing that.
Yes, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. People will long remember the 2.5 hours they spent in the lyric next week. So
it's 2.5 hours long, as you just mentioned.
Yes, 2.5 hours long. Maybe sounds long, but you will not feel it because we have about 20 programs moving very fast.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about what type of work goes into producing this type of performance.
Well, the work, you can see it's tremendous. To produce a show like this, it is a very large show. It has about close to 100 members, and it's accompanied by live orchestra. But amazingly, every year, Shen Yun come up a new production. I know the reason, because China has 5,000-year history, and which provide endless trove of legend, myths, and heroes, and there's a lot of materials. There's a huge repertoire that Shen Yun can draw inspiration from. What
are some of the ideas that are focal points for this show?
Well, there are about 20 different programs. Usually, most of them are classical Chinese dance, and many of them are story-based. So each program tells a story. Each story showcasing a virtue, such as loyalty, filial piety. Those are the component of Chinese culture. That is what the education part of it.
Okay, and what kind of reaction have you gotten from people who have seen it? It's been in New York, right, as of late, and now it's going to be coming to
Shen
the lyric.
Yun has been touring around the world.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, over 1 million people have seen Shen Yun, and stand ovations across the top venues, and the royalties attending in Europe, and the sold-out shows in North America, and a packed house in Asia. Shen Yun is a global phenomenon. I have been mostly seen Shen Yun in Kennedy Center Opera House, probably close to 50 times. And one thing I observe, which is very unique for Shen Yun show, is almost half of the audience, when they see the show, they have tears in their eyes. Now remember, this is not a tragic story. It is just a small program, about 20 small programs, and still audience members have tears in their eyes. That is how powerful the show is.
Right, it's really unique and such a gift that we are able to see it here, since we're not, of course, since the people in China are not able to see it there.
Exactly, exactly. This is the most authentic representation of traditional Chinese culture is. And it comes to a lyric opera house.
That's right. It's going to be from January 16th through the 19th.
Yes.
And best way to get tickets, I would say go to the Lyric website.
Go to the Lyric website, or you can visit shenyun.com, and you can Google it, and you will find a way to buy tickets.
Okay. And what do you hope people will take away from the show?
Well, I know people will go home knowing this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And I hope people will go home with the knowledge that there is beauty and purity in the world. There is love and compassion. And there is hope. There is Shen Yun.
Right, and it's a great opportunity for people to learn about a different culture that they may not necessarily be familiar with. So, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
Oh, thank you,
And
Sarah.
look forward to seeing the show.
Sure.
Coming up next, the curator from the Walters Art Museum joins us with a look inside the Asian collection. Stay with us. You're watching 11 TV Hill.
Today's 11 TV Hill is brought to you by Stevenson University's